I am Carolyn Frank, and I am 62 years old.
Okay, and Carolyn, can you tell me a little bit about what life was like before you came and saw me?
When I first got hurt on the job, I was diagnosed with cervical dystonia and had to go on disability, lost my CBL, and ended up having to do Botox injections every 3 months. And since there's no cure for it, it prevented me from doing a lot of things in my life the last 18 years.
So 18 years you had dealt with that cervical
18
dystonia.
years and 7 surgeries.
7 surgeries. Okay.
Yes.
And how long did it take for you to start feeling a difference here in my office?
From October 7th, when I first found you, to present date.
And it's now January, mid-January.
Mid-January, and in November 2024 was the first time I got to call my neurologist and say no to Botox injections. For there is no cure for cervical dystonia or thoracic outlet.
So how often now do you deal with symptoms of cervical dystonia?
Now, or you have trained me to stop my muscle spasms and my head going down to my chest or my shoulders, just by eye movement, hand coordination, and my feet.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. I've never felt better.
So if you want to just share a little bit about what our process was like, what some of the exercises or the visits were like, maybe some of your favorite components of our examination and treatment process, why don't you go for it?
I think the weirdest one was the eye exam. So you could explain everything, how everything works on our first visit. And then once we started doing the exercises, which were not overbearing, I didn't hurt when I left here. I didn't have muscle spasms. Driving 2 hours. And
Without issue, yeah.
And I like connecting the dots and
yeah,
going back and forth, just learning the simple movements, which in turn gave, even though they were simple, they gave the biggest results. Even during our second eye examination or follow-up, it was a big improvement.
Great.
And just doing, I now can control if I do feel a muscle spasm coming on. I can control it as you taught me to with my eyes. And
Awesome.
then it's gone.
Excellent. So now that you've completed this process, what does life look like for you now?
I feel like I'm back to me again, my old self. I can do the things that I couldn't do before.
Excellent.
I can enjoy my life again.
That's awesome.
It's given me a whole new outlook on my life.
Excellent. That's why we do it. Is this a process that you'd recommend to other people?
I would recommend this process for anyone with any muscle and nerve disorder, 500%. Because it took me 18 years to find you, or I couldn't walk 3 weeks prior to I found you, due to an episode. And so yes,
Yeah.
I would recommend you 500%.